This presentation is a streamlined summary of the city's October 30th, 2025 evacuation planning meeting using simplified slides from the City Park Road Corridor pilot. This isn't a general fire safety talk. It's a step-by-step walkthrough of a theoretical scenario and how a wildfire evacuation could unfold in our corridor, which has only one way in and one way out. If you watch through to the end, you'll see how each city agency coordinates its role, what the evacuation process looks like in a real time, and most importantly, what we can do as residents to avoid confusion and prevent chaos if an evacuation is ever required. A call comes into 911 reporting smoke, and it's assigned to the closest fire station, 47. At first, firefighters at 47 can't access the fire directly because of the steep canyon, so they upgrade the response to what is called a brush light assignment. That adds a brush truck and a battalion chief. The crew deploys on foot with backpacks, pumps, and hand tools to scout the fire. At this point, the goal isn't to put it out, it's to understand what they're dealing with. They'll assess spread potential, note exposures, and report back if they need air or dozer support. It's the first stage in what quickly becomes a larger coordinated operation. At the 30-minute mark, Engine 47 has located the fire at the base of a canyon. It's estimated to be 1 acre and burning in a draw. Battalion 3 arrives on scene, assumes command, and requests a full brush alarm. Dispatch triggers notification through the Warren Central Texas Dispatch System. Command requests an engine strike team for structure defense and evacuation support, Starflight for aerial reconnaissance, and the Texas A&M Forest Service for additional resources. At this point, an evacuation order is issued through the notification system for Quiet Mountain Cove neighborhood that has 8 homes. Austin Emergency Management, police are all notified and begin coordination. APD establishes a roadblock at Bridgepoint Parkway, and EMS sets up a temporary assembly point at Jester Estates Shopping Center. At the 3-hour mark, the fire is 93.4 acres. The fire has jumped City Park Road with spot fires reported around structures in Westcliff. Fire suppression operations are supported by aircraft, Texas A&M Forest Service dozers, and ground crews. Hose lines have been established along both flanks, and crews are making good progress containing the fire and strengthening the control lines. In Westcliff, the fire has been held at the neighborhood boundary. 2 outbuildings are on fire, and several homes have sustained minor deck and roof damage. In Quiet Mountain Cove, forward fire spread has been stopped with no property loss or structural damage. Westminster evacuation of designated homes is complete. Due to limited access in River Place, residents under evacuation warning who live voluntarily will not be allowed to return until the area is declared safe. This scenario showed just how quickly a response escalates, from a single engine to full multi-agency coordination in 3 hours. The fire started at 1 acre west of Quiet Mountain Cove in steep wooded terrain and grew to over 93 acres. And what started as a 1 acre fire becomes a regional event involving fire, police, EMS, Starflight, and the Texas A&M Forest Service. Firefighting operations were supported by aircraft dozers and ground crews. Hose lines were completed on both flanks. As the fire grew, evacuation orders were issued for Quiet Mountain Cove and expanded to Westcliff and parts of Westminster Glen. Long Canyon and parts of Westminster Glen and Glen Lake received an evacuation warning. Green Shores residents were directed to shelter in place. Evacuees were sent to the Jester and River Place Estates temporary assembly points. Total evacuated? Approximately 139 homes, or about 360 residents. In Westcliff, the fire was held at the neighborhood boundary with 2 outbuildings destroyed and minor damage happened to several homes. Quiet Mountain Cove had no damage, APD managed checkpoints throughout, and traffic control was adjusted as evacuations continued. Take action today. If you haven't already, create a to-go bag for each household member and pet. Sign up for Warren Central Texas Emergency Alerts at warrencentraltexas.org. Sign up for a home hardening evaluation at the Wildfire Hub. Thank you for caring about neighborhoods' safety. Feel free to send this video to your neighbors. This concludes the summary.